Hey everybody, I'm Steph, and I'm in my car right now. The reason is because the lighting was really bad in my room, and I really wanted to make this video for you right now because, starting today, every Tuesday, I'm going to be posting a video on how to make your recording sound better. And I'm primarily talking about musicians who are recording at home, whether it be for a demo or for their actual record. This video is going to focus on sound source. Now, sound source refers to how your instrument sounds when you're just in the room, before you even set up a microphone. And getting a better sound source is guaranteed to get you a better recording. Now, I'm going to say something a little controversial right now, but it doesn't matter how expensive your recording equipment is. Let me explain myself here for a second. If you have a bad sound source, okay? Just in the room, your instrument sounds like poop, okay? When you go to record it, even if you have the most expensive equipment and you get a great recording, it's gonna be a good recording of a crappy sound. And that's why sound source is so important, because it's a lot easier to fix recording mistakes by just making your source sound better. So I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do to make your sound source better. Number 1 is you, the player. Maybe you're recording a friend. In that case, it would be your friend. So what I mean by that is think critically for a second about the way that you practice. Do you practice for speed or do you practice for tone? I'm guilty. It's really easy to practice for speed because it's super measurable and it's kind of fun to see how fast you can go, right? And it's challenging. Practicing for tone is different than practicing for speed in that it's not very measurable, but being aware of it will really help the way your recordings sound. What does practicing for tone mean exactly? It means being aware of how your notes are ringing out, or how consistently you're hitting your drum, or how you're breathing when you sing. It refers to just having an awareness of how your instrument sounds versus how fast or if you can reach the note or whatever. But thinking about the quality of the sound and how consistent you can be with dynamics or how loud or soft you are, and just the length of your notes. If you can pay attention to that stuff, your recordings are going to get better for sure, and you'll be a better player. This is something that takes a long time to really master and to really feel comfortable with. The next 2 steps are things you can do tomorrow to make your recording sound better, rather than improving your practice, which takes time to really learn. The second aspect of sound source that I want to talk to you about is your room. Consider for a second what you want out of your room. Do you want your sound to be really close and intimate sounding? Or do you want there to be a big tail of room sound after you hit a quick note or something? What do you want out of your room? Do you want it to be sort of deadened or more live sounding? If you want a sound that's more intimate and more kind of dry, then bringing some more absorptive materials into your room will really help, or stepping into a room that has a carpet or something like that. You can bring into your room curtains and blankets and rugs to kind of help deaden that room a little bit. If you do that, you're naturally going to have a more intimate sound in that room. Now, if you want something more live, I would suggest going into a room that's more reflective. You can sort of hear when you walk from room to room how the sound of your voice might change, or if you clap your hands, the sound of your clap might change. And just being aware of the materials in the room will help get you closer to what sound you're going for. I will say though, if you are going for a more live sound, it may be worth it to save up a little money to go into a studio, because their live rooms are literally built to have a more live sound that's more pleasant to the ear and doesn't have to battle with standing waves and things like that. I can talk about what a standing wave is in another video or something, but It's just something to be aware of. Studios are going to sound better if you want a more live sound. So the third thing I want to talk to you about is your instrument. That's your tool, and I think that we all tend to have an emotional connection to our instruments. But if you have a guitar that, you bought for maybe $100 at Walmart or something, and you want a more expensive sound, it might be more worth it to rent something or borrow a friend's instrument just for the recording process to get a little bit more of an expensive sound out of your guitar, which usually tends to mean it has more body and it has just a more even tone across all the strings. It means considering how your instrument is set up. If you're looking for kind of a brighter, clearer, crisper sound, when's the last time you changed your strings? Changing your strings can have a big effect on the way the guitar sounds. And same thing if you're a drummer, when's the last time you changed your drum heads? If your drums are sounding really dull, it may be time to change those heads. And also, when's the last time you tuned? So that goes for drummers and guitar players as well. If you are looking for something different in your instrument, sometimes there are things you can do to fix them, and sometimes there's nothing you can do, and you should look for another instrument to play just for the recording process. If you're a guitar player, you're playing electric guitar, consider what pickup you're using on your guitar, or where you're strumming your guitar, or what your amp sounds like. These are all things to consider, and alter if you need to get your instrument to sound the way you imagine it in your head. And the closer you can get the sound to how you imagine it in your head before you start recording, the better your recordings are going to be, and the more happy and the more fulfilled you'll be with them. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions on SoundSource, feel free to shoot me a message. And if you have any questions in general and ideas for topics, leave those in the comments below as well. Next week, I'm going to be doing a demonstration explaining how mic positions can really alter your sound in a huge way. So I'll be in my room. Hopefully the lighting will be better. I'm getting a better light soon. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.